So today we're going to look at the design and layout of a website service page. We're going to use the example of a roofing contractor, and we're going to scroll down the page and we're going to look at all the elements that we include in our standard page. Let's take a look. So here we are. This is High Performance Roofing, Dublin-based roofing company, and this is what people will see when they first land on this page. So this is roofing repairs. We're targeting Dublin with this page. There'll be similar pages that target other places, Kildare, Wicklow, Meath, but this layout is consistent across the site. So what we've got, obviously, the name of the service. We've got some promotional text. We've got some, some features here. This is what most people read. So they're looking for experience. They're looking for, financial staff. They're looking for guarantees. And then what you want to make sure of is you've got as many different ways for people to contact you as possible. So we've got a couple of phone numbers. We've got a mobile and an office. We've got a contact form. We've got this is on every page. This is in the menu bar, so people can click to call. Only important on mobile, obviously. And this client likes WhatsApp, so we've got that down here too. This is the most important part of the page. People scroll, obviously, but you need to grab people here. And really it's about headlines and contact. That's it. Especially in a service that has kind of an emergency element. If your roof's leaking, you want to contact someone pretty quickly. So roof repairs, and okay, they're local to us, they're experienced, they don't charge for call out. Let's call them. There's a certain proportion of people that like to call. There's a certain proportion of people that like to fill out a form. So give them those options. If you do have a form and you're in this kind of industry, the faster you can get back to that person, the more leads you're going to close. Some people say, minutes. Like if you can contact someone really quickly, the higher likelihood is you're going to get them, because people are shopping about. So if they fill out 3 or 4 contact forms when they're kind of looking for someone, the first one who gets back to them is most likely to get that booking. As we move down the page, we've got more headline text, then reviews. I like to get reviews as high up the page as possible. People read these. Get your Google rating in there. There's plugins. So this is WordPress. All of our sites are WordPress. There's plugins you can use to pull these Google reviews in automatically. I don't use them. 2 reasons. It doesn't give you control over the branding. So these colors are custom because they're the company's colors, and I like to have control over that. And 2, all of those plugins have links in them that send people off to your Google business profile. I don't want people doing that. I want people coming from the search results and landing on the website. I don't want to send people back there. And you can't really turn that off. So I do this manually, and then add reviews manually. Next, some some photos, use your best photos. There's text, yes. The further you get down the page, now some people might hang me for this. I don't think a lot of people read text on this type of service page. If we go back up, they'll read this. The likelihood that a majority of people read this, small. The text on pages like this is more of a ranking thing. You need text on a page in order to, in order for it to rank. The text has got to be good. If you're doing this yourself and you've got a lot of pages to do, use AI, but don't blindly use it. Read the text, put it in your own language, etc. But I'm not, don't get too hung up. Oh, I've got loads of text to write. Don't get put off by that. It's not the end of the world. Don't let people scroll too far before giving them more ways to contact. They've always got the WhatsApp here, but like every section or 2 sections, put in some more contact stuff. Then we've got some more descriptive text. It kind of describes what I call sub-services. So these are other things that they do related to roof repair, repairing slates, leak detection, storm damage, that type of thing. These headings are hugely important for your rankings. This is how Google understands what it is that you do. So even though the page, this is what we primarily want to rank for, you might also rank for these. Over time, you can add these as well as their own service. So leak detection service, it might be something that we add as its own page. The data over time will tell us. So if we've got a section about leak detection on the page, the Google Search Console data will tell us whether it's worth giving this a dedicated page. Same with storm damage. Slate repairs, we'll know over time. Again, like I said, don't let people scroll too far. Give them more ways to contact. This is a section of text that people might read. So this is like a bio. So if they've got this far down the page, they're interested enough that they want to know more about your company. Then we've got some more images. This page is just launched, so we're still a little short on images. We'd like different and more images. And then the last thing on the page is other services. So this is important to get people to click around. Someone who's got this far down the page, they might like what you do, but I wonder specifically, do they repair flat roofs? Yes. I have a roof. I have a roof window. They can deal with that. Excellent. So this is kind of a two-pronged approach, that you want people to, people obviously they've landed on the roof repair business. That's what they want, but this kind of builds more trust. This business does other things, and I might need those too. Footer last. I like to list all of the services if I can. If there's too many, I might prioritize, but if I can, more contact stuff, more trust signals, and then this really is an SEO thing. It doesn't do a great deal, but best practice is to have a map, and then they can, this is somewhere you can send people to go off and leave a review. I don't mind having this at the bottom of the page. If someone's got this far, they're interested. So that's mostly it. There's obviously, if we look at a different service, all the text is different, all the images are different, but the layout and structure is the same, and that's it. It's just standard practice. All kinds of service providers, this is the layout we use, and it just works. There might be nuanced changes for different types of service. The more visual the service, the more images we'll have. So like, we work with photographers, so there's more images on those types of websites, but this is the layout we use for service providers. Thanks for watching. If you're a service provider, a roofing contractor, like in this video, or any kind of service provider, hit one of the links in the description below, and we'll have a chat. We can design your website, we can run your website, we can run your SEO. So let's jump on a call and see how we can help.